Hi guys, how y'all doing? Can you hear me? Let's go. Let me get rid of the music. Boom. How you doing, guys? Let me know if you can hear me all right. I don't know if there's too much delay. I don't even know. Let me put the chat here. Like that. Yo, what's up? How y'all doing? Hope you fine, my guys. Can you hear me well? I guess all right. I don't even need the headphones. Looks smoother. Okay. Nice. Let's wait for a couple more people. Let's wait for a couple more people to join, and let's begin with the exercise. I don't know how to, if I can reduce like the latency and stuff. I don't think I can. Yeah, I think I need to stop it and start again, but fuck that. Let's just leave it as it is. Thanks, my guy. Fresh at the barber shop, you know what I mean? Actually, I was looking wild. I was looking like super messy, and my girlfriend was like, you should get your hair done, you know? I do one of these to get the groove on, you know what I'm saying? Let's go, my guys. So what you been doing? Andrew, ¿qué onda, guachín? ¿Todo bien, papá? Some Spanish lingo, Argentinian lingo from hometown, you know what I mean? Perfect. We're 11. Let's go. So let's see. Let me hop into the Discord. Okay, so I can see the chat right there. I'm getting kind of used to the layout. Here, I'm from Argentina. Here it's like 6 p.m. So we're vibing. 6 p.m. Nice time to start streaming so we don't end up too late. Nicolás de Simone, ¿qué onda, pa? Another one from Argentina, de Simone. My first language teacher, literature teacher, was called de Simone. Crazy bitch. Amazing teacher, but she was fucking crazy. Nice to see you all join in, my guys. Appreciate it a lot. Let's go. No problem. I'm gonna chop it up and upload it after maybe tomorrow. I don't know. 10 p.m. Okay. Let's go, my guys. So, okay, let me know. Have you, not many people tried the exercise that we did on the Discord channel? For the ones who don't know, this is part from the Discord channel that's going on right now. I'm doing a weekly design challenge. Each week I give a new exercise so you all can sort of learn and try different things. These exercises I've tried from going to uni. Some of them are uni exercises, and others are ones that I learned from art school or design school or other courses that I've been doing, and also stuff that I've seen online that's really cool to see, and some of my own creation, just whatever I think some things are really cool to try to learn some of the fundamentals and not to rely so heavily on the resources. And I know that's maybe counterproductive, like, because I sell resources, you know, but I believe that really trying to push forward and really trying to learn design fundamentals, then you can bring in the resources and achieve so much more, which is, I think, super important to get this kind of stuff done first to then evolve from there, you know what I mean? And yeah, so this week's challenge from the Discord. Let me go real quick. Let me see here if I can show you. Yeah, 1 second. Right here we have the Discord. This one. On the challenge brief, we had abstract shape exploration. The challenge is to create a set of 10 abstract shapes to explore interplay of form and values. Here I said color, but no color for this one, just values. And the point of this exercise, I remember when we did it back in uni, this exercise was called the stain, I think it was called. And the goal of it was to grab unusual tools to try to make stains and splatters with them, right? Sort of like using a brush. So maybe you would grab like a ball of paper, or maybe some kind of cloth, or something that you wouldn't normally use, or maybe we would grab like a piece of fence, like a fence, you know, and we would paint it and then use it to stamp. And the point of the exercise was to get really playful and start to thinking outside the box in terms of the tools that we use, because unless you're really proficient, let's say with a pencil, the only sort of stain you can do, it's sort of a scribble or a line. The same with a pen or with any kind of like brush or anything like that. But when you start using like weird stuff to start to make things happen, then weird things start to happen, right? And you start to mess with the chaos, and it can get really fun and really experimental. So the point of the exercise was to try to make some outside of the box shapes, you know what I mean? So let me go back into the here in the Discord, for example, these were some examples. Let's do this. Some examples, you can see really abstract, right? And these are really simple. You can easily see how from here you could start to develop like, okay, what does this shape kind of means, right? And from there start thinking like the design, right? And make it intentional. But for this stage we are just playing and making whatever, right? But for the sake of trying to find something that looks interesting, and from there, okay, we learned that. How can we make it more intentional next time, or just to make a tool to have at our disposal, just to make a tool to have at our disposal like next time, you know? Let me see ones that the students make. The students, sorry, the y'all make on the Discord. The fuck. I'm getting a bit mixed up because of the YouTube, like the YouTube dashboard and the OBS. I'm getting kind of confused. Challenge feedback. Here, bro, made ones that are really interesting, I feel like. Yeah, I need to keep the OBS in this screen. Like, it's no point. Okay. Here he made some really interesting ones. This one's kind of really minimal. It's not really like a stain, but I get that he tried to do like this abstract thing that's sort of composing. Also, it has a sort of rhythm when you look at all the pieces together, right? This one, I think it's the best. Like this looks kind of analog. Like, I really encourage you to try to make this with pen and paper and with grabbing things and trying to paint with them and trying to make really crazy shapes, making patterns and sort of stamps. That would be knocking it out of the park to get outside of the digital space. Because that's another thing. Like, unless you're really proficient at Photoshop, like myself, you know what I mean? But unless you're really proficient with a tool, the tool will limit you more than make things available for you, right? It's gonna, unless you're really proficient with it, it's gonna limit you more than it's gonna empower you. So we all know how to stain things and make things happen with physical, practical tools, you know, at least at a more chaotic level. So that's why I would encourage you to try to grab some things, grab maybe, I don't know, a can of soda, like make it like squash it and then use it as a stamp to try to create stains and make smushes with it and stuff like that, and try to experiment with those kind of things. And from there you can get textures, brushes, whatever. But the point of it is to experiment and try to come up with different things and different ways to create shapes, right? Back to the Discord. Sorry. Second, guys, here. This one also I think is really cool. The texture. I guess all of these are digital, but the feeling it's sort of right. This one is more of a pattern, but you have some nice situations like in the middle sort of happening that could be interesting. This one I also really like it. So okay, let me know if you have any questions before I start. I'm gonna start by going into Photoshop now. I can't see the chat here. Here I have it more at hand. Yeah, ink, charcoal, whatever you have at hand. You can try with some oil paint. You can grab whatever. You can do watercolor, then scan it, then turn it black and white, then having like with charcoal over it, like whatever, you know. The point is to grab things, get your hands dirty, and if that's not an option for you, you want to do it digital, then get really crazy with it, like experiment, like use tools that you don't normally use, right? Don't go back to the way you usually work, because the point of the exercise is to get really loose and really like detach from also from the outcome in terms of the exercise. It's already called a stain. It's a really like chaotic way to phrase it. Like it's not like you're making an experimental poster that needs to be poster like at the end. Like this could be messy and look ugly. The point of it is not to be pretty. The point of it is for you to try something new. So that's the point of the exercise. Let me see. I'm gonna open a new one in Photoshop. What's good, bad? Also, I need to fucking chill because when I stream, like I get to speaking really loudly. Like that's something that I'm kind of working on, like keeping my pace while I speak so I don't lose my voice. Yeah. And also, as I'm not a native English speaker, like to speak more clearly, you know what I mean? So I'm on Photoshop right now. Let me share your screen. Where I can put this microphone. Okay. One second, guys. Yeah. I will keep it up. Yeah, this will stay up, and I will also edit it to make it like easier to watch, you know. But yeah. So okay. Now we're in Photoshop. Let's just grab some stuff. I'm gonna grab here just some textures, whatever. You don't need to use ones of mine. I'm just grabbing whatever. Stuff like that. I wanted to try, like maybe if we make the entire thing if we make the entire thing like grayscale, it already turns into this kind of grayscale file, so we lose the color like instantaneously. I want to make it bigger because I'm gonna try to do all the shapes in the same But I don't know. I think it's gonna be kind of chaotic when I start using filters and all that stuff. No, I think it will be better. Thanks for the plug, my guy. So, okay. Here, for example, we can start by, I don't know, making a random selection. Copy and paste it. Why it has that feather? Oh, okay. Here's that feather. Yep. Or maybe see if there's a part of the image that you kind of like, you know? And we have something like this. Now let's bring another one. Change blend modes. Play with the blend mode. See what different kind of like outputs you get. You know. And for example, now I'm gonna just make some cuts in the image. Let's get rid of this texture for now. We don't need it. Maybe if I put it in hard mix, maybe hard mix. Okay. And from this one, maybe we can, you can try to do it like really destructively. Like don't try to save your file, or I don't mean like save your file, but I wouldn't make this like a smart layer. Like start working like fast and kind of not thinking too much about it, like going as you go. Image adjustment, curves. Let's see what happens when we try to break it, something like this. Okay, that I think I like. And now the texture that we put on top. Now let's see what we can do with this texture that we placed on top, right? Let's do the same to that one, see what kind of pattern emerges. Nothing too crazy, I'm not going crazy about it. Now let's get rid of it. We can keep like cutting this up just to create composition, you know, trying to make something that looks sort of interesting. You see how we have this nice big shape with this kind of creases that give it like sort of hierarchy. And now maybe we can make some smaller cutouts, stuff like this. Something like this. Some smaller stuff. Let's gonna make it a bit repetitive. Right? And now let's, I don't know, let's do filter, a field blur. And let's do it really aggressive here. Really aggressive here. Here, less aggressive, something like this. Right? This I think works. Now let's bring the texture again. This one was the same. Okay, let's do that. Put it like this. Let's do an overlay. And on top of the overlay, let's do another curves adjustments, and let's make it really aggressive. Oof. You know what I mean? Like this kind of stuff. It's what we're looking for, you know? I'm just making like random stuff with the curves. I'm just playing with it. I'm just seeing what happens, what comes up. You know? Now we only have the gray. We only have the gray channel because we are on a grayscale mode, so we don't have to worry about color or whatever. So maybe we can do something like this. Something like this looks kind of fire. Like this one I like. Boom. I'm gonna merge the layers. This one is set. This one is set. Boom. Maybe I'm gonna change this aspect ratio of this stuff. This one is set. Let's do another one, you know. I'm going kind of fast because I don't want to keep it like sort of controlled or whatever. I'm just rolling and going like really flowy, you know. Okay, whatever. What can we do now? Let's do a new layer. Oh, this can work. Sorry. Let's do pure black. I'm just pressing shift to make the lines like straight, you know, if I press shift. And now I'm gonna cut out with the circle shape. Right, I made this, whatever, I don't know. Let's shrink it a lot, make a duplicate. Let's repeat it. Content aware scale. How do I do that? The scale, content aware scale? I didn't know that was a thing. Like it's a tree. Oh, I hate it. Nah. Cool. Maybe I do a liquify now. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Something like this. Now I'm gonna freeze. How did I mask things here? Oh, freeze mask here. Okay, so I'm gonna paint like this is like, I don't know why it's not showing. Like I would love to see the, okay, I'll try it in the next one. I'm gonna try that one for the next one, the scale thing. So it would be nice to have something to tell you where the mask is being applied, which it isn't. So Photoshop, let's collab, whatever. Something like this. And now that it's masked, okay. Oh, I don't like that. Let's do it. Ooh, 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 ooh. That I like. It's gonna take a while because it's converting the thing to RGB and then back to grayscale. I don't know, that's what it said in the message. Don't crash on me, come on. Let me know if you have any doubts. Why is it taking so much? Okay, 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 okay. I dig this. I dig this. What we can do now, it's, let's do, I made some actions that these are not out yet. Where is it? It's to do like the noise, like a stippled noise. Here, big stipple. Right. But now we need to blur this image a bit with Gaussian blur. Maybe like this. And now we add some levels and we sort of kill it like this. Like this, I like it. No, I went to... so glad you find it relaxing, bro. I went to uni, which I dropped out of. I'm gonna do like a full video on that because it's kind of important, I feel like. And I didn't did like too much this design courses, but I did study like fine art and a bit of concept art and a bit of other stuff, and also did a lot of like self-teaching, you know, which right now YouTube University, like, it is what it is. It's the most powerful thing out there, but yeah, I did a few things. Oh, sorry, the content aware too. Where did bro set edit content aware scale? Edit content aware scale. So, ooh, that's nice. That's nice. What happens if I can't like skew it? And now if I do a normal scale like this, and what happens if I do like this and then edit content aware and I make it like really, it's like a nice tribal shape, you know what I mean? Let's go. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Something like that. And now let's maybe bring another texture, but let's bring this, for example. Let's put it at the top. And now let's do select color range, but let's select like the clear parts, like the highlights, you know, like give me more range, something like this. And now we're gonna use that selection to make a solid color layer, make it black, delete the texture, and now we need to get rid of these other parts of the mask. So let's do let's get rid of this. Oh no, what am I doing? Oh, sorry. What? Oh, there. And now let's put this beneath the levels and it's gonna make it more aggressive. What happens if I do? Maybe to this one. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Ooh, kind of controlled, kind of elegant shape. I like it. Again, merge layer. So we have 1, 2, and you see how they are kind of different and kind of they have their own like sort of style, and they could evoke like a different emotion, you know. Like we could do a poster with this one really big and then like a word at the bottom and try to make some implications, some imply something, you know. That actually is going to be the exercise for next week, right? We're going to try to make some other shape, but make it intentional. Like I'm going to give you some words, and from there you're trying to make a shape for the word, you know, like you're experimenting but trying to go somewhere, right? Okay, we have these two. Okay, maybe I think I overdid it with asking you 10, but it's okay. Like the ones that try to go for the 10 are gonna go crazy about it. So right now let's do something else. Let's go to Mid Journey. Let's try imagine chaotic semi. I'm just acrylic spray paint on metallic metallic wood canvas, like whatever. Let's try to see what it does. Octane render 8K fractal texture overlay. Let's go. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. Yeah, actually, let me show you one thing, guys, that I did today. I was just revising some old mockups, you know. The fuck? Like, take a look at this. Like, this one is coming out like in a bit, but the texture, I made it with Midjourney. Like, the texture is AI, right? Okay, we can work with this. I like it. I like the third one. What is this even, right? Let's download this one. Inkblot, okay. What's Inkblot? Let's do Inkblot. Let's see what it does. It's Inkblot, make it hard. Let's see what it does. Okay, where was I? Like here. Let's bring this one. Like, we could do this and it would be hard done. You know what I mean? But we're not experimenting nothing really like I don't know. Let's try some other here. Oh, let's see what it did. Oh, I see. Nice. Like you could make some crazy like brush packs with this. Like it looks crazy. Like this first one. Actually, let's use this. But it's kind of already too processed. You know what I mean? Like it's already the exercise. Like this is already too stainy and too inky. You know what I mean? Like this is too inky. But let's just grab it and see what we come up to. I have an idea like what to make with this. Let's save it. Let's close this. Let's close this. Okay, let's grab the Rorschach stuff like this. Maybe let's play with some blending modes to see what it does. Oh, that I like. Actually, what we can do now is let's make this really with levels. Let's make it black and white, like really aggressive, like this. And now rasterize it. Select color range. We're gonna use the black pixels. The black pixels, yeah. And we're gonna use them to select on this layer, on the texture layer, and paste. We're gonna get rid of both of them. Sorry. Oh, it did an inverse selection. So we need to do Control I, no, Control Shift I there. You need, sorry, what happened there was the selection that I did was from the white part and I wanted the black part. So I did Control Shift I, or you can go to select and invert here inverse, and it's gonna switch it around. And now we can copy paste from this layer, this layer using this mask, right? And we get this, right? Which is the other shape with that texture. And from this one, let's do texture, but something like this one that has that. I'm gonna do it an overlay. Yeah, because like it's gonna get pretty messy really fast. Like if I don't keep it tidy, you know? Something like this I like, but actually let's merge it all together. And now, for example, make another layer on top. And let's grab like a big letter. Sorry. No, in normal it's okay. I wanted to change the font. The fuck. Let's go. Let's rasterize it. I'm using the shape of the A to make a selection. And then make an extrusion from the shape below. And now I'm gonna go again with this shape. Sorry, I'm gonna bring it below, put it somewhere here, and make it white to create like some sort of separation. Let's merge it all together. Oh no. Oh yes, okay. Let's do another white layer here below, sorry. I really use the field blur a lot because it's really nice to then put a texture on top and sort of mesh all together, and it's really like blends it in like so well, I feel like. I'm not going to do it too aggressive now. And let's bring another one. Maybe this one. Let's set it to hard mix. Boom. Really like it. Merge layers. And now we have this one, this one, this one. Right? And you can really crank this down and start like playing. This is more like a morphological kind of exercise from the morphology class that I did. And you can expect, like, if you try to do this with physical things like with brushes and all that stuff, then you can really get really creative and really start to play, and it's a really fun time. Yeah, yeah, how it creates like the middle. Oh, I didn't put my light in. Wait a minute, guys. Wait. Like there. What a fucking idiot. Let's go. So, okay, guys, let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna leave here, like, leave me a Q&A. No, wait, I'm gonna start it later. I don't know. Sorry, I was looking at the tool in the YouTube dashboard. It's really playing and starting to get really like creative with it. It doesn't need to be this over the top thing or whatever. These are fine. These are not the best that I've seen, but I like it. This one I think is the best. The one that I like the more. I really like it. Yeah. Let's do one more. But this is just to show you like where the exercise kind of goes along what lines, you know. And now for this one, let's do, I don't know, I wanted to do something with brushes. Oh, sorry. Like there. gonna go again. It was some brush strokes. But let's do it. Mhm. Oh, I hate that feather effect. Okay, let's do that. Let's actually do that. Let's see. I wanted to try like what happens if I do like this, and then I do content aware scale on this part alone. That's actually kind of hard. I'm gonna lie. And then if I do this, and then this. I'm trying to create some kind of pattern. Like it's nice to think, like create some abstract stuff, then make something really big, something really small, play with scale, play with something really solid, something that's like a pattern, something that's really faded, you know, contrast in shape, contrast in values, contrast in morphology of the thing that you're doing, right? Now let's grab all of this, and again, content aware scale. Let's see what it does. Oh, I see. It's kind of, I don't know really what it's doing. The other ones were harder, I feel. If I make it bigger like this, it creates that sort of weird, but I kind of like it. I like it more small. Now, if I copy this and I bring it here, but make it smaller. And now I copy, no. Copy. It's hard. But I got derailed. Like this wasn't what I was going for. But you see, that's the point of the exercise. I wanted to do like a long, really long liquify, like the scanner effect. But whatever, this works. Now we gotta do a texture. You know what I mean? No. Actually, let's use one of the ones from the journey. Let's do this, the fourth one. This one's crazy. I'm gonna export all of these ones and I'm gonna put them at the Discord so you can have them just as they are. Maybe I will upscale them first, like make it 4K. Actually, yeah. Let's save this. We do Photoshop like so. For the hard mix to work properly, the image below needs to have some values. So what we can do is we're gonna introduce below levels, and if we start to play with the levels, you can see how it starts to affect the hard mix mode, right? And if I make it like this, for example, this part I really like, and we can grab this and we're gonna put it, where is it? Oh, sorry. Let's merge all this together, get this part that I like, bring it back, and we're gonna put it here and save it for later, because this tiny part I like, and we're gonna use it for the next shape, right? So we have this. I don't know. I wanted to try this tool that is called filter, like maximum. Like, what is this even? What? What is this? Nice. Yeah, weights, it's the same as like hierarchy, right? Things have contrast and weight to it. Like, you know, on this shape, you could say, let's do morphology analysis real quick. It's hard brush, whatever. Oh, but we are in black and white mode. It doesn't matter. Like, for example, we have here this part of the shape that would be the main focal point. It's the big thing, right? And then we have other stuff that is kind of supporting that. We have this shape, we have this sort of shape here, this bigger thing here, then we have this smaller part here and here, and we got here, here, here. And you see how we have, like, there is some sort of like modular difference in the weights. That is nothing that it's really competing against itself, right? We can see if I grab this shape, and let's see I grab this part here in the middle, right? Copy and paste it, and maybe if I bring it here, you see how it breaks the entire like flow of the shape, because now we have two parts that are competing, and it's not the same like oomph value, you know, like you don't get that sort of feeling, because the piece is too, it's too predictable, it has like a sameness that is not interesting. It's not like a cool pattern. It's really hard to explain. You need to look at a lot of things and try a lot of things, and you start to develop like an eye for it. But I don't know what it is, but I think you can all agree, like, this is worse than this. It's hard to articulate why, but that kind of harmony that is created between the pieces gives it that sort of compositional value, right? And from there you can start to argue that that it's replicated from nature, because in nature things sort of arrange themselves in this kind of way, right? Oh, that's what it does. I like it. Nice. So so okay, let's grab this one. I think this one is done. I like it. Tag him and bang him. Merge layers. Oh, we have this one, right? Let's make another white below. And in this one, what happens if I invert it? Okay, not crazy about it, but let's do this. Let's duplicate it. Let's invert its cousin, something like that. And from now, what I want to do, it's, how can I do that? I want to select everything, but inverted. Control Shift I, because I want just the black parts. I'm gonna copy paste. Nice. Nice. Now to this, I want to maybe make an outline for it. So let's do, I'm gonna do the outline with an outer glow because I want it to be kind of messy and kind of out there, you know, with a lot of spread. With a Y normal. Oh, the color, sorry. It needs to be white. Less size, something like this. I like it. It's sort of projecting now. It's kind of interesting. So from here, I'm gonna rasterize the layer styles. So now it's pixelated. And I wanted to do something. No. Let's do something like this. And now let's grab one pixel here. One tiny bit pixel, sorry, he can't speak. And now we're gonna stretch this. Stretch it to oblivion, you know what I mean? Like so. And now I'm gonna do levels. Like that. But below the levels, let's add a texture. Let's add something, whatever. I was trying some things here. Check this that I made. I was playing with some prompts. Like, this is crazy. I was trying to make a wallpaper. Fucking hell. Actually, let's use one of mine. Oh, this I like. Oh, that I like. No, but it's not. I don't know. It was like too easy to do that, so I don't know. It feels like unearned. I don't know. I don't like it. Let's maybe grab here. If I take this off, oh, can work a bit better. Like this. Let's make it bigger to create more of that like contrast that we were talking earlier. And also something that's really nice, like you can have something like this, right? And it looks cool. It looks cool. But if you make it smaller, like it looks more potent, you know? Like it's like it's a compositional technique of hierarchy. Like if the space you're using to occupy one thing, it breathes more, like it implies it's more important. Like I talk about it in another of the videos that I made, but here's like a clear, you can see it instantly. Like you can have this, or you can have this, and it looks like instantly better. I don't know, I feel like. Yeah, this one actually I kind of like it like that. Boom, done. And we have We have some really nice shapes. Boom, boom, boom. This one's crazy. That one's crazy. Like it looks kind of burnt, you know? Like burnt paper asset pack. Generative action pack. What? But you know, like this is the part that I think it's really crucial. Like you make all of this, and then yeah, you make that, and then you drop the texture on top, right? I see many people in the Discord and that send me their pieces that are instantly like relying too heavily in the assets and not having like fun in the process and trying to make stuff that's a little bit out there, but not in the sense of graphic design as a whole, but out there in the way that they do stuff, right? Like playing, like they're putting an image and some text and a texture, and that's fine. There is nothing wrong with that if you're just starting out, but I'm just trying to provide some tools so you can venture a bit out of it with a bit more direction, right? But because when you don't know what to do and it's hard to find direction on how to experiment, and for that reason, I think university was really important for me in that regard. But my university in particular, because they have a very particular way of teaching, and also the teachers that I got, because in other like classrooms on the same career, right, they do things like a lot different. Like we were doing crazy shit that were really out there, that was more artistic and more like high concept, like in terms of developing not ideas in like a graphical sense, but experimentation, you know. That's the key thing, I feel like. So we're here. So yeah, that was kind of it. I'm not gonna do the 10 because it's gonna take forever for the stream, but let's just chat for a bit. I don't know how people see stains, designers see hierarchy, points of interest. Yeah, I don't think it's so much like a, yeah, you need to have like an eye for it, I feel like to find it interesting. But it's maybe you can see a stain in a wall, that stain that's not particularly a painting, but maybe you grab one of these and you frame it and put it in the context of it being a painting or a poster, and then all of a sudden it transforms. And for normal people in between a bunch of commas, like then it becomes something that's appreciable, like they can appreciate. And but yeah, I think the key is trying to find these things as you go, and yeah, trying to pull textures, pull assets, pull inspirations from places that you wouldn't normally kind of look into, right? And really start being really playful with it. So yeah, let me how. Well, fundamentals, I think it's the best thing that I learned in uni. Like, what is the best thing you learned in uni? Fundamentals. Yeah, because they had a really like hard way of teaching it. Like they were really strict with me. I that's one of the points that I'll make a video about uni or not uni in the short term. But I guess you need to ask yourself, if you're really disciplined with your self-teaching and you don't half-ass it, like yeah. And also depends, like in my country it is free, like it's a really high grade university that's free, that's public, and it's a win-win. I was also pretty close to it, so I wasn't gonna miss out on not going. I'd rather just go and see what it is, and it was really cool. I even got to drop out earlier because I was already working, right? I had already clients. I actually, when I dropped out, I was like a really nice studio from my city had contacted me to work there because they saw my portfolio, and my portfolio was some works from uni, but I had presented them as posters, something like that, and I had already some clients because I was working on this website 99 designs that I wouldn't really recommend you. Like, it's not really ethical that that page sort of exists. Like, it really undervalues the value, I think, of the profession of graphic design, because it's contest based. Like, they make a contest, then you upload, you can win, you cannot win. But I was studying, I didn't I took it as practice, but then it took off. I got a lot of clients from that website. But they do take advantage that in some countries, like India, people are just doing whatever and charging $25 for it. For me here in Argentina, that was okay, because I could win, maybe in a month I could win like 8 contests and be making already like $2,000. It's crazy to make that amount here being a student. Like, what the fuck. So that in a good month, all right. But from there I got to develop the portfolio, and yeah, right now those places are really crowded. Like, if you can dispose of that time, don't take it as clear client work, because the power dynamic is not the same. They are coming there, maybe they don't know, like the clients, they don't know, like they are maybe taking advantage of the profession of graphic design, because they wouldn't do the same for like a bakery. Like, let me try all your bread, and if I like it, I'll pay for it. It's kind of shitty on the graphic design like career space. But yeah, it worked for me at the time. And yeah. But also, another key thing that's from university, it's the people. Like, you'll meet people that have your same wants, right? And kind of your same wants and kind of dreams and kind of inclinations, right? You'll meet also people that are quite different to you. And maybe when I went to uni, I had this thing, because I was the most artistic kid in my group, that, oh, you're gonna kill it, oh, you're so good at this, you're so good at drawing, you're so good at whatever. And then you get to uni and you find kids that lived in a very artistic, in a really artistic like group, and they have a really there's a consolidated group of friends that really grew up around art and are really good. They're coming out to uni and they are already really good, and they know so much stuff. I wasn't really too much into the design world. I didn't know Saul Bass. I wasn't into cinema. Like, I didn't know like famous directors. I didn't know famous designers, right? And when I came to uni, I found all these other people that they breathe into the world of design. They really consume it, and I didn't know that at the time, that there was the world of design. I thought it was like whatever, yeah, graphic design. You go, you study, and then you go on be a designer, right? So that really opened my eyes to what graphic design really is. But if you are here, maybe you're finding out that it is that big, right? And there is that much to learn, that it's so vast, and all the niches that exist and all the possibilities that exist for you to inhabit that graphic design world. So in that context, it's amazing. But also, if you're not going to design school, like, go out of your way to meet people and to inhabit spaces where they share similar problematics as you, so you won't be alienated by your own perception of what graphic design is, and you start to get in touch with people that will broaden your worldview on design and make you a more like wholer person, Yes. It's not mandatory to go to design school. You don't need the degree. Fuck what everybody says about the degree, but I would say the degree is the least important thing, right? Yeah. I got asked actually last year. I got asked by Nike to go work for them. Like, they will fly me out and live there in North America and work with them, but I didn't want that. I wanted to keep creating content and with Design Syndrome and my brand and doing this. Like, this is what I like, and it was amazing to have that opportunity. But but it's not what I want, and it's not what I was going for, and I don't have a degree. They never asked me for a degree, right? Maybe they assumed I had it, I have it because of my work, but it doesn't matter really. Well, thanks, Federico. Yeah, I also started doing this because I noticed that there is too much, and I do it too. I do it because I like doing it, and it also works. Like I'm not gonna play like the saint here. Like I do tutorials because they work, right? And they are, but although I try to make them in a way like really explaining the stuff from the software, so you actually learn. If you look at the last tutorial that I did, like to try to think of tutorials as vehicles to learn more about the software than about the effect you're trying to do, right? Like the similar thing, for example, you're trying to do, I don't know, like maybe you're trying to learn a backflip, right? Let's just use the backflip to as an example. The goal of the backflip, the goal of the backflip can be to do a backflip, right? But I would argue that the most important thing about learning to do a backflip is the initial fear that you have to learn to deal with when doing a backflip. Like I'm training acrobatics now, and one thing that blew my mind is the amount of fear that goes into every fucking movie you have to do when you start, right? And breaking that barrier, that's what you gain from doing the backflip, not doing the backflip, right? But the proprioception, the lack of fear, the starting to get to better acquainted to your surroundings, best measurement of space, right? So with tutorials it's the same. This exercise, the point is not to make some cool stains, is to get like really fluid and really loose with the way that you create, so you are not rigid, right? I always bring up the exercise analogies because it's something that I really like and I'm really passionate about, and it's kind of the same. When you see people that go to the gym, right? And I used to be like that too. You go to the gym and you're like that cranking weights, and it's so good and dandy because the goal is to look a certain way. You want to be big, you want to be bulky, whatever. And then when you try to use your body, it's all rigid, right? Because you're not training from a place of experimenting with your body. You are training from a place of looking a certain way, a goal, right? This is the same. We are doing this to get loose and learn to be in that process and do that practice in that specific way, right? So that's the key thing, I feel like. How was your journey in creating graphic design brand? Like my graphic design brand? Uh, Thanks, Camila. Glad you liked it. Like, I don't know, you mean my brand or like graphic design overall, you know? Oh, and I got kind of sidetracked in the previous answer. Like what I meant, how about what Fede was asking about the this not being too present in graphic design, like content, whatever. Because yeah, I love to do tutorials in a way that teaches what I just explained, but also yeah, tutorials work, and if I want to make content that helps the channel, I'm gonna do that, right? Because it works and it helps me get the other stuff that I want to do out there too. So I'm not really thinking too hard of, yeah, tutorials are kind of overdone and whatever, but I don't care. I'm gonna do it my way, and I'm gonna do them regardless because they help the channel grow. Like they help the channel grow. Like the Chrome tutorial, like there are a million Chrome tutorials out there, I know. And what I did, I looked them up, I investigated them, and then I see, okay, they don't do it the same way as me, so I'm gonna do it anyway because I'm gonna do it anyway. And that video alone, it's what got my channel like to 15,000 subscribers. I knew it was gonna work, and from that channel, from that video alone, I get to do these other amazing videos that I want to do, and such as this one, and I got the platform for it because of that other video. It's kind of strategy, but it's also always important, and just don't do the same for the sake of doing the same. Try to add your take, your stuff into it, right? Because then, yeah, I would argue it's kind of not a bad move, but it's not helping you really develop. It's the same like this as this exercise. Yeah, I think it more to help people, like he Jermaine is saying you love to help people. Yeah, I don't know if I like helping people. I feel like it's needed in the design community and also in social media to get a point of view out there that's more collaborative, right? I don't want to, for example, through the Discord, sell you a course. Like if you want to support, go get a texture. Like that's the thing. I'm not going crazy about being a millionaire or whatever. I just want to put content out there that helps people make a couple good bucks in the middle. I'm not going crazy about it. But yeah, just trying to help you out, because I feel like I've gotten to a point in which I'm comfortable, and I can't teach you to be great. You can only teach that yourself. But for sure, I can help you to be like not bad, right? And get your foot out the door, and from there you're off to the races. I'm sure I can teach you to do that in a way that's more solid. That's not about just effects and tutorials, but fundamentals, about this kind of stuff, about mindset, about things that then you can extrapolate to other parts of your life maybe, and they will help you. Because again, it's getting out of that mindset of result, looking a certain way, labels, the success, all of that, and switching into a gear and mindset of experimentation and play, right? And from there, things happen. And then, yeah, you can go to more specific content and try to consume it in a way that's gonna be more nurturing for you. So glad, man. Really appreciate it. Yeah. The brand itself. Okay, so how was my journey in creating graphic design brand? So my brand. So okay, Design Syndrome started. Before it was just Mauro Jaurena. It was just my name, right? But at some point, I was in this thing, like I didn't want it to make it about myself, because I wanted to do like something that wasn't tied to my name, right? So because I remember back in the day, like a long time ago, when I was learning to use Photoshop, right? All the stuff that I would make would say Mauro and try some effects, some whatever cringe, and I don't know who was that made the observation that everything is you. You make all the effects and all the edits on your image, and that really stuck with me. Like I thought I had this ego or whatever. So okay, I'm gonna make the brand about something other than me, right? So that's why it's called Design Syndrome. I thought about, I don't know what kind of edgy and cool, and design related. So I didn't thought too much about it. Now I do have like a brand philosophy about it, and it's kind of crazy because it fits perfectly to what I wanna tell, right? I make a post about it, but in short, it's I don't wanna be just a place so you can get textures. I don't want to be just the texture guy. I want to be able to help you guys with things that I think have helped me, right? So Design Syndrome for me, it's what comes after like imposter syndrome. Like imposter syndrome is being afraid of people catching you as a fraud. It's being afraid of being exposed, right? But again, this fear comes from trying to look or being perceived a certain way, right? Like you trying to appear as if you know something other people don't, and you're better or whatever, right? So yeah, you're afraid of being caught lacking because you lack. That's a fundamental state of people. We lack things, right? We're not perfect. So Design Syndrome is the inverse. Like I'm not trying to to appear a certain way to anyone. I'm just trying to experiment, and I'm trying to get somewhere, right? A certain vision that I have for my life, and the fear of not accomplishing that vision, that design, right? That fear of not accomplishing the design, it's the fear that motivates, right? So that's the concept, right? Fear of not accomplishing your vision. That's design syndrome. So yeah, it's a pretty gloomy way of looking at life, I feel like, but I am like that. You know, you can see it in the art that I gravitate to, the aesthetic of all that it has. It's kind of gloomy. It's kind of death driven. I have a really like thing with death. You know, Memento Mori, it's something that really resonates with me, and I'm really like motivated because of negative things. Like I don't care about maybe I don't care maybe of the positive that will come if I do the work. I'm more afraid of the negative that will come if I don't do it, right? That was the initial thing. So yeah, also music. So I kind of really gravitate to this kind of dark philosophy and imagery and aesthetic to be a motivator, and not just to be like this cringe edgy, I'm so edgy, you know what I mean? Like it has a meaning and a way of being, and I want to use design syndrome for that, to transmit a way of being, not a way of looking, you know what I mean? And yeah, the assets that I sell, I love making them. Someone in the Instagram asked if I enjoyed making assets, or it was just a way to make money. I started doing assets, I remember, because of Black Market. Everyone knows Black Market. They are amazing. Shout out to KC. And yeah, but I always were one of, if I want to do something, I do it myself. So I started experimenting with mockups, and then I started to put them out there. Like I made them for myself because I wanted to do that kind of aesthetic, and then it kind of snowballed from there. And now I'm just thinking about it. I have a like all of this. It's just stuff for making assets that I haven't had the time to start doing. Like I have a bunch of stuff here. Like it's crazy. Like it really is. But I'm kind of stuck working on the new website, but it's coming soon. But going back to the loving it or not, I do love it when I'm on it experimenting and doing stuff like this to maybe get a brush out or an action out, right? But I want to also make this to teach you how to do it yourself, or get into the mindset that you know how it works, so then the asset becomes an empowering tool and not the pen or the pencil that I was talking about in the beginning. Like you use it, but you don't know how it works. You don't know. It's actually limiting you more than what it's enabling you, right? And I don't want that from my assets for you. I want it to be a tool. So yeah, I love making them. I also love making money. I'm not gonna lie, but it is what it is. I think there is a mission that's more important than the money, and it's okay. So, and also like that, there was a video about Rick Rubin that said like, because the question already had like a thing like, oh, if you love making money, then the assets are less truthful or whatever. And as I said, the assets are a way to support myself and keep doing what I want to do. That is this, right? And I also like making assets, but I think they are an enabler for me to do the thing that I want to do, right? And from there, putting out the assets that I want to put out in the time that I want to put them out. But yeah, next asset part gonna be crazy for sure. For sure. I have a bunch, guys. Like it's crazy. It's crazy, but I haven't had the time to really sit down and start working crazy on them dedicated because of stuff that client work that I started doing. I was being lazy, but not lazy, but I was working on other stuff also, like training a lot, being more on point with the diet and all of that stuff. But it's all have been like steady progress. I'm not just now in that crazy workaholic stage that I was before. I'm just going steady and slow, you know. Let me know if you have more questions. Start Q&A. Ask me something. I started the Q&A, but I don't know. Yeah. There is this thing like it's shady that people make money, like this mindset of eat the rich, sort of seeps through when you're trying to make a living for yourself. Like that's kind of frowned upon. I don't know. That's kind of crazy for me, but whatever. Do you see the Q&A, like the Q&A like button in the chat? Also, right now I'm trying to work on my oratory because my words get kind of fumbled from time to time, like they meld together. I need to work on my pronunciation to be a better like communicator and that kind of stuff, but it's really hard. Let me see. I think I had questions from the Instagram. No. Oh, Rovivid was asking my PC specs. My PC is kind of overkill for what I do, but it's a nice workstation. It's a 3080 Ti, a Ryzen 9, 3950X, 16 gigs of RAM, GDDR4, and I have a M.2 solid state drive, another that's SATA, and a 4 terabyte hard drive. Yeah, actually, next video on the channel, it's gonna be about that. It's gonna be crazy. Like, it's gonna be crazy. But I needed to end my latest client work because I couldn't start filming the video because I need to put the PC back together again, and I needed to have finished it, But yeah. Would you ever make a mockup? How to make mockups? Of course, I'm gonna teach you to. I'm gonna teach you to make some mockups. It's really easy. It depends on the mockup actually, but it's totally manageable. Yeah, only 16. Yeah, you have 16 and you run out of space. Maybe because of my graphics card, because it's so powerful that maybe it's storing some in the video memory of the card. I'm not quite sure about that, but I really never had issue with 16. Yeah. Some more questions. Oh, I see the questions here. I wasn't understanding the modality. My favorite asset I made it's the paper cut. Paper cut, it's crazy. I use it literally every day, and it's crazy. I'm gonna do more texture packs, but I'm trying experimenting with AI and seeing how can I make it in a way that's empowering and not just grabbing AI stuff and putting it out there, Like Necronomicon has a lot of AI stuff, but I drew on top of it and I work with it a bit. It's really cool. What kind of movies I choose to see? I love to watch everything really. I really like horror movies, like like fear. I really like those kind of movies, like horror films. Love it. My current one, my favorite one is Hereditary, from the director of Midsommar, but it's one of the first that he made, like the first really the blockbusters, the first a lot of budget movies that he made. Really cool. What are good fundamentals to master? That's easy. Typography, composition, which would be tension, hierarchy, negative space, symmetry. Those are the things that are gonna give you the most bang for your buck for time spent learning them, and the amount that your pieces are gonna evolve. I think those are the ones. Yeah. Yeah. But let me know about you guys. Like, what are you working on right now? What's one thing that you're kind of in the middle of, Right now, I'm in sort of training like hell between acrobatics training, calisthenics, and actually starting to go with a friend of mine to do parkour. Parkour is really crazy. I super like it. I really like it, but I kind of don't have time to do it regularly. I'm gonna try to see if I can maybe go tomorrow to do some, but it's really cool because you sort of get like a different it's different, because in acrobatics you are doing jumps and stuff always in a very controlled, safe environment. But in parkour, the fear factor gets elevated a bit up, and you don't have to be doing like really crazy stuff like jumping from one ledge to the other. It's really crazy. It's a jump that on the flat floor you would do it. Like you can jump from here to there. Like it's what half a meter. It's not a big deal, But when you're up on a ledge and there is nothing in the middle, really, like your brain freezes. Like the fear makes your brain freeze. Like your legs don't move, right? You want to jump and it doesn't jump. Like you press X, you press like you press jump and your body doesn't jump. That's crazy. And then once you make the jump, then it jumps, right? So that inner working of the body I'm really into, and I really like it. It's super crazy. That's nice. But I meant in what are you working on in terms of bigger picture, not just like work, like your career. Like maybe you're working on going to bed earlier, getting up earlier, like that kind of stuff. Yeah, go try it. Like go this weekend and try it. Find people that do parkour and go try it. Yeah. Actually, I would recommend you also look up this guy. In my Discord channel, I put up some videos in the. If you go to the, you see here the channels. In here, I put a lot of videos that I found super interesting and have been super motivating for me. And here, this one. Oh, it's not available anymore. No, it's not available. No, I need to look for it. But all of these videos have amazing like philosophic stuff and stuff that's not really designed. That's really make the cogs turn and really make you think, which I think are really good. ContraPoints. This woman is amazing. ContraPoints. Tech. Jordan Peterson. Bit of controversial. I'm not such a Peterson dude these late years, but I really love his early phase. Like really, it was one of my biggest influences. Like no joke. Like my father, then Jordan Peterson for sure. But right now it's iffy. Huberman Lab, amazing things on the functioning of the body and stuff like that. And the GOAT, Chris Do, my guy. Chris Do, has been like in all that is like work and in career and all that stuff. Chris Do was the man. Chris Do is the founder of it all, you know. I always see like his videos and I see one of his videos and all of a sudden I want to be a millionaire. I don't know, like I see him speak and I wanna, I don't know, have a a top of a Forbes 100 company, you know. I'm Lenorook said, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to do that, but low key failing at the sleeping schedule because I had it all right, but I keep fucking it up because gaming till late at night." Yeah, I do the same. Like, oh, gaming, it's a thing because I love gaming. I've been a gamer all my life. Like, when my father got me the PS2, like we were hugging, we were crying because I really wanted that, and my family is like working class, and it was really expensive to get it, and they got it for me, and we were all crying and whatever, and yeah, I spent hours on it, like no joke. And even to this day, there is not a day that goes by and I don't think about video games. Like I really am on that shit, you know. And I've been having a falling because of that, you know, because I spend so much time on them, and sometimes it's not constructive. And I don't mean it in a way that, oh, you need to be doing something productive. Like I love to game and I game, but sometimes I find that I game because I'm so like anxious and revved up, you know, from social media, from work, from everything to keep that pace of excitement, I turn to games, right? Not to relax, but to keep me hyped up, you know, to stay on that excitement levels. I go to games. So I've tried to change it for reading, and right now I really find a good pace for reading that I really love. I think I got it. You know, when you make the click and, oh, you like to read now, right? That's amazing. And I've been playing games now, but more intentionally and less, but still playing games. Yeah, look in my Discord channel. Look at the Huberman Lab video on sleep, and it's really crazy because I would say if I had to give you one advice, like what to fix first, what be sleep, because it really impacts. You have like an entire like your circadian rhythm, which is your natural clock within your body that functions with the light of the sun and also the food you eat. And in that podcast he talks like it's 4 hours talking about sleep, and there is a factor of 0.01 people that have a mutation in their genes that there are really night owls. They need to live at night, right? But the other percentage of people like will work much better in the day if you make it a habit, right? I try to do the 6 a.m., 5 a.m., but it's literally impossible. You spend more energy trying to wake up and doing the stuff to get up really really early. But if you do 8 a.m., 7 a.m., 9 a.m., it's okay as long as you get 8 hours of sleep and you do the work you need to do during the day. It's okay. But I get that feeling, you know, when you get up like 11 or 12 or 10, even 10, and I already feel like I started the day off, right? And it's really a bummer. Yeah, yeah. Besides design, it's awesome that you can share some physical and mental advice. Yeah, because at the end of the day, that's what I want to share. I feel like because it's gonna turn your work even better. Because something that I talked about in the post that I did a while back about everything being work, right? Like if your back is shit, right? It's all stiff. You have pain. You can work for longer hours when you are designing. When you're designing in the computer and you start to really get engaged and really start to get into it, and you really start to trying to see how you can make it work, right? Your body starts to tense up. That's a natural reaction that happens to your body when you get engaged, right? It's really hard to really stay relaxed when you are working on the computer, and it's natural, but you need to train for that. It's not that, oh no, you need to be aware of being perfectly straight. Like body doesn't work like that. When you start doing an activity, your body will turn into the shape that makes that action feel more natural and offers less resistance, right? So if your body puts like this, and this is your natural gesture when you are trying to do something creative, let your body do that. It's gonna suffer late, but you need to train for that, right? So have a supple body, a strong supple body that's flexible, right? So then you can stand that, the contortion of your body, the tenseness of your body, because then you have tools to relieve of it with training, right? Yoga, whatever physical activity it is. If you're going to the gym, make sure you add some nice stretching, some nice mobility exercises, because a lot of tension gets caught up in the muscles of your body, and you start to get like really tense up, and that tension is what then collaborates into making you more anxious, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel here is saying that you feel so bad when you wake up like at 1. Yeah, that's because, from what I understand, right? Like, please go look up that podcast that I gave you. Um, like, already when you wake up at a certain hour, like your biological clock, it's already offsetted, because um, you wake up at 1 p.m., let's say, and then it's sort of confusing for your body. It's not the same as you when you wake up early, not early, but at the hour that you need to wake up, right? Of course, it varies from everyone. Not everyone is the same, but give it a go. Usually, the people that say that they don't work at 5 p.m. is because, or 6 or 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. is because maybe they've done it once or twice and it sucked. And I agree. If you do it once or twice, it sucks. It's the worst thing. You need to make it a habit, and then it becomes cool when you wake up. I love it when I get to wake up early, and then it's 10 p.m. and I have already put it some 2 hours of work, and I'm almost not finishing, but I'm close to finishing the day, and it's like 10 p.m. and I get to do whatever after, like, shit. Because I'm saying to you, like, from that point of view, it's not like you need to wake up early to outwork your competition, because it is what it is, and we're gonna get the Bugattis, not like that. Like, you need to wake up early to then have the time to do the thing that you need to do to accomplish your vision. You need to do the training, you need to call your mother, you need to be with your partner, you need to go take your dog in a nice walk in the park, not like a turn around the block. You know what I mean? You need time to then cook some nice food. So it's all like a big plan. It's not just, yeah, you need to wake up early because da 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 and things that I saw on the internet. It's a bit more holistic than that. It's more holistic, but it's as design. Like, this is what we do. Like, we think of this stuff in design when we're making a poster. Why wouldn't we think about it when we live our lives? Like, with the intention. Yeah. Like, that was really crazy when it struck me from this dude that I told you, Ido Portal, that yeah, you could do that. Yeah. Outward the competition is crazy to me. It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, like, hustle mindset. Like, I was onto that, like, as being younger for sure, but you need to be gentler on yourself. I feel like, but in a good way. Like, be merciless with yourself, but in a gentler way, right? Yeah, I don't know. Like, oh, this was a question that I asked on a story, and people were fucking tripping because I asked, like, do you all have like an inner monologue? Like, you hear a voice in your head, right? Like, you think with a voice in your head that's talking to you. Because some people said no, like, they don't have inner dialogue, and I was like, what the fuck? We have more questions? No, okay. Sorry, how, what? And funny thing is like that sometimes I have it in English instead of my native ones. Yeah. I don't know. Like I asked that. Like you think with a voice in your head, like you have inner dialogue, and some said no. Like they don't have. And actually I got a TikTok the other day, like everything, I guess, that said that. Like a psychologist was saying that some people don't have inner dialogue. Like what? You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Like I don't want to delete this that I made. I almost delete the whole batch. I'm gonna save this file. Sorry, I'm talking about the stuff that we did. I'm gonna do stains. I don't know if I'm gonna chop this stream up because it's been really hectic. Like my editor, aka Camila's gonna kill me. Actually, 1 second. We have the moving cam here. Let's go. Gorda, salva el stream. Camila. That's the editor of the YouTube videos. My girlfriend. So, okay. Do we have more questions? The NPC stuff is wild. I don't like that NPC stuff. I get it, but I don't like it because it's so like calling other people NPC. It's so like, oh, so you are the main character. You know what I mean? I don't like it. Too egotistical. But yeah, some people behave like NPC for sure. Yeah. He's gonna fucking kill me. So okay guys, if you don't have any more questions, I would go about wrapping this up. I really like doing these streams. Do you like these streams? Maybe we can do more, but just to talk and whatever. Yeah. But okay, we had some nice steady flow of people watching, which is nice. Always going up because the past streams were killer. I still did them because I like it to do it, but so okay guys, now that you know and you saw me do the exercise, go again, try it, see if you can make something of it work. And yeah, if you don't have any more questions or anything to talk about, I'll be wrapping it up, my guys. Yeah, for sure. That's also one reason of why I do it, because sometimes digital artists more in the internet nowadays with Instagram and all that stuff, we get so caught up in our own little bubble that it's nice to see other people in real time working, because I've had that impression sometimes that maybe people that are ahead of me are working so fast and every decision they make is the right one, right? And it's not at all like that. As you can see, it's pretty messy. I go back and forth, and that can give some reassurance to you when you're working, that you're not alone. It's so messy, and we barely know what we're doing, right? I barely know what we're doing. It's all experimentation. So okay, that was a nice almost 3 hours, my guys. I'm gonna be calling it a day. I hope you liked it. Hope you learned something, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. join the Discord, go to the store, grab a freebie, grab something not free, whatever. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one, my guys. You already know how it is. Talk peace, we should conflict. See you on the next one, guys. Peace.